Howdy, howdy. I bet you're worried that, see, and your mic is like, I don't know why it's like right there, just hanging down and in front of you.
How's that?
Sure. At least it's centered up.
The bump in the middle of my head?
Yeah.
Well, I could put it way over here to the side.
Please, just let it be. Let it be.
Is it okay?
Here in a minute, it'll be a little, thing.
Well, when I put my head down like this, it gets lost in my cap bill.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Hola!
First stream of 2025.
First thoughts?
This is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together,
we
are
PM Artist Studio.
Do say hello in chat so we can say hello back. Otherwise, I don't know that you were here. We like to know that you were here because then we can say hello to you. You say hello. I see you. You show up on a list.
Yay.
And you have to be here live.
Yeah.
That's part of the deal because, it just doesn't work that way. But I do still want you to say hello to us in the comments when you are watching on replay. If you're new to the channel, do all that subscribey YouTube-y business that one does right down over here. There's like a subscribe and then you can hit some bells and you can ring them because we do this 4 times a week. Anyway, let's, because today is Artin and Thoughtin and we got, both to do. So let's say hello to everybody. Thumbsy upsies, y'all. Thumbsy upsies. That's the other very important thing.
I'm going to fetch my bag of beans.
She needs her beans. We've got Ann Webb, Candy, Carl, that's Kathy, Carrie, Charmaine, Colleen, Cookie Wookie, that's Mo, Darlene, Dana, Diane, Elizabeth, Ellen, Estella, Griffin Shell, that's Rhonda, Haley, hello Haley, you are new I believe, Holly, Jennifer, Joan, Jocelyn, Carla, Lara, Benz, Lori Williams, I believe you are new. Maybe. Lygia is here. Lydia, Marguerite, Monica, Patricia. Another new person, I believe. Patricia Pfeiffer says that's Patricia Kasky and then Patricia Pfeiffer.
Yes.
Sepha. Is it Sepha? I think it's Sifa or Sepha. Sorry, just popped in there. Sherry Black Dog Designs, Silver Granny and a Grumpy Gnome, that's Lynn, Star Trevor, that's Linda, Susan Fernandez, the Shelly Studio, that's Margot, and Veronica. Hello, and if I missed you, it was not on purpose. You simply didn't show up in the list when I was reading the names. Give me an extra little hello hand. Yellow or pink. Either one. Then I can see it. Are you going to just read to the camera, or do I need to go topside, or what do you want to do?
I'm going to read first.
Okay, wonderful.
Are you ready for me?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to mess with this a little bit.
Is that better?
Works. Does that work? Say
blah,
hello.
Blah, 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 blah. Is Mo there?
Mo. Hello, M.
Mo, let us know.
Mo, let us know. Yes, you are new. Wonderful. If you re-put perfect. Perfect. When somebody did ask, which was really sweet and so kind, but so you guys know, when Brad gifts out the membership, said, how do I get Brad to gift me? Unfortunately, he doesn't really choose. So like when Brad is here during a live stream and he chooses to gift memberships, it picks it automatically. So the best way you could possibly get one is by being here live.
Because it comes from the live feed.
Yes, you have to be here live and, kind of be in the chat. And I don't think that you have to be live because it'll sometimes pull in people that are just watching.
Oh, so it knows.
It knows because it's through YouTube.
It's always scary.
Yeah.
Scary.
YouTube knows a lot of things, methinks.
Yeah, somebody in the comments said that they thought most people knew all the things about YouTube. And I said, well, I think I know. But sometimes I find out that what I knew wasn't really what I knew, or what was true.
What was true?
What was true was not what I knew.
How about that?
I've got a quote for you today. I just found this. Actually, it's an old one. I was looking back through my memories on Facebook, and I think this was from 8 years ago. But it certainly is just as relevant today as it was then, if not more so. Without deviation from the norm, progress is not possible. Frank Zappa. Now, I'm not a big Frank Zappa fan by any stretch of the imagination, but I thought that was a brilliant quote. I mean, who names their daughter Moon? I mean, poor child. What a chance did she have at school?
They
You know?
probably grew up in California. Probably a decent.
Well, this is true. She grew up in California. That's yeah.
I think it was all right.
Probably was. Probably was.
There were weirder ones than her.
What am I thinking? Okay, Anthony, you're going to be very proud. I don't know if you're here today, but you'll.
Hello, Josie, and welcome.
I sanded down my Baron, got most of the paint off, and gave it a tongue oiling. I
Not
kept
a tongue
the stuff
lashing.
on the bottom because it was very nice and smooth. Suavecito, just like a baby's bottom.
Mm.
So I didn't do anything to that, but I thought, I gave it a little makeover.
Love it.
Anyway, all right, Thirsty Thoughts 0102-2025. Reflections? Yes. Resolutions? No. At my age, I'm able to do daily, sometimes hourly, resolutions with a modicum of success.
Sorry, that was a laugh out loud.
Due mainly to my ability to maintain lengthy focus. I find that tasks, and I was going to have a little thing here on SUCCESS. That was one of the only things that I really gained from my time as a cheerleader, as I learned how to spell success without looking up in the dictionary every time I wrote it down. I find that tasks involving stationary format are more apt to achieve a sense of accomplishment than those where movement from one locale to another are required. This bit of self-awareness may not seem monumental, but the very fact that I recognize, indeed acknowledge, this fact is very consequential to doing WORK, all capitals.
Mm-hmm.
Organizing a work environment so that the main parts, tools, needed objects are at hand stacks the deck for a win. Why? Because when it becomes necessary to look for anything, I know that the focus will change, and so may the whole process and project. And you have watched this time after time. Hence, I surround myself. I love hence.
Hence.
Whenever you have the opportunity, you should use hence. I surround myself with what I need and want to comfort, calm my busy brain, to follow the path, well, not always, but to culmination. Knowing what I know about myself and my limited world gives me the comfort and well-being to know and acknowledge there is so much more out there to experience and learn. If it gets a bit scary, I can always go home.
This is different than what we talked about this morning.
Well, things evolve, as always.
I wasn't ready for this conversation.
You weren't?
No. I mean, I agree with all of what you said.
Well, I left little
areas.
It was very, very cerebral, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Here's my Frank Zappa quote. I'll put that in there.
Yeah.
It tore my page and I had to rewrite it. Look at that.
Yes. Henceforth. Yes.
And what, really, I guess we should, because I like the fact that I know what I know enough, and there's a wonderful...
And hello, Vicky. Hey, Margie. Hey, Miriam.
The dude that you watch, Tyson.
Oh, God, I love Neil deGrasse Tyson.
He says that, and I love it, and each time he says it... And
you're like, yeah, I get it.
I think about it. And it's so very true that the more you know, the more you don't know. And I think, even though that is obviously a paradox and seems ironic when you say it, it's not. Because the more you know, the more broader your knowledge base becomes, and the more you can look at different parts of it.
See, that's where we were supposed to talk about today.
Different way. Okay,
because this was my whole 2025 kind of thing, and I like this whole idea that, we're always growing. We're always learning, like, as people and as a channel. I like that too. Goals, y'all. Goals. But the fact that, the more we know, we typically feel like there's more we need to know.
Yes, and I think it.
If you get to a point where you think you know it all, you need to check yourself. I'm sorry. That's where I'm feeling a little judgy. And usually that is not my,
That's right before you take a deep dive into the mud.
Yeah.
Face first.
Yeah.
And people are watching.
Mm-hmm. When I start feeling a little too knowy about something, I'm like, I need to.
Oh, there's always something that, comes along.
Mm-hmm.
Get you knowed up.
Get you knowed up.
Yeah, okay, you can go topside.
Okay. No, I guess I'm done.
No, you don't have to be done.
Just to go topside.
Just go topside and we'll carry on.
There we go.
Because here's some more knowed up
Hey,
stuff.
Zinjen. Oh, and I do want to say thank you to those of you that have paid your postage. If you, and Carla, I don't know if you've seen the email or not. I did send you yours. And then I sent a reminder because I wasn't sure. And I don't know if things go to spam or, I don't know how people are. Anyway, remember, it comes from my Liquid Fly Designs one. So that's one thing that might throw you off if you hadn't heard me say that. And all postage has been requested. So if you haven't seen it, let me know. And we'll get that either resent or figured out.
Okay, so I haven't done, I've been on a pencil kick here lately. What?
And I think Hawaiian Flamingo, I believe that is Vicky. She says, pride cometh before the faceplant.
Yes, it does. Humility is a good thing. I don't think that there's nobody is going to fault you for your humility unless it's false.
And hello, Brenda and Paula.
We'll jump on that like a duck on a Junie bug. Okay, here's my look. I want to show you my lovely font.
Kind of looks like rants.
I haven't done ABC on it.
Right, it looks like rants. I got some rants about plants. Yeah, I know.
Plant your rant. And I tried to use almost every pencil in the green box.
All the greens.
And I dated it.
Wonderful.
This is the last day of December.
I was going to say, are you sure you dated it properly?
Of December. Now, I wanted to show you this, and this is I watched Izzy do this. I can't remember when, but during one of her little drawing sessions. I call it the bundle technique. You grab a whole bunch of pencils, and you do this. And this is what happens.
Hey, Robin.
So I thought this was really quite brilliant and worked out really well. And it's just a little idea for you to try. I listed the colors here. And, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean.
You bundled well. I like that style.
I do too. Wispy and wishy.
Yeah.
Okay. Then.
Oh no. Hello.
Happy New Year.
Big bada boom. If you haven't seen it.
You notice it's been washed. And it still has a bit of staining, but that's not.
Oh yes, Blick does have those dollar roundy. $4.85.
I'm telling you what, those are pretty darn nice little that just not tremendously thick paper. But I like that it's kind of cream color, not white.
Yeah.
And I like the tooth of it. Okay, this is available. I will be using this off and on. And I will probably be using parts of it.
When she's feeling fireworky.
When I'm feeling like,
she's explosive.
Are warranted. And I'm going.
And I want Brad to make stamps out of these.
I want stamps out of them too. And I also want stamps in the different stars.
Okay.
No,
I agree.
It would be really cool if you would use the, this, and then you could take your stamps and you could stamp in.
It would be cool, like, if we even had, like, a little trickly one, so you could kind of move it around. And then maybe 3 sizes of the just plain star, solid. Because we do have the star trio, but that does not really jive completely with this.
Because
there's no reason that we couldn't. It would be cool even if he had like the little twinkle stars and then even the little twinkle stars with some of the circle bits in there. I think that would be cool. there's lots of opportunity to turn these different various pieces into stamps. I think that would be lots of fun. Yes, this is a Brad design. Oh, and somebody requested, and I think this is a great idea. I just need to spend some time doing it. I did want to ask you guys. I want to mark which stencils were designed by Patricia and perhaps which ones were designed by Brad. I don't know that I've actually individually designed anything.
Well, we've worked together on some things,
yes,
definitely, because I would hand them off.
Yeah, everything that she designed has my work in it, and blood, sweat, and tears, and sometimes tears because she could be mean about decisions that I have decided to make, and then she didn't feel that they were the right ones.
I didn't, and I was not consulted before production.
Sometimes that was on purpose.
Yeah.
And she knows it, and then she gets extra mean. We have new stencils, y'all!
And it's so funny because
surprise designers
showed me this.
Just like, seriously, I got them in like...
You know, the hearts one, and I went, hearts one?
The hearts one.
Okay, here's what I saw. Is the X and the little...
yeah.
That little thing there.
What are we going to call that thing?
The
thing.
A nubbin.
A nubbin.
A nubbin. It's a nubbin.
A fleur. It's not a deli, but it's a fleur.
It looks like a little candle.
Or maybe it is just the deli.
It's very, you know, That's
right.
Kind of. Oh, here it is going the other way. Either go up or down.
You're hilarious. Mm-hmm.
And you know, it looks like a little Nomi hat. And
I think that if you own the Tangled Hearts by Estella, I think that these and that stencil would be really cool together. And remember, P went on a kick with that one, so I know a lot of y'all were like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and I really, again, you know, I'm always saying
Hearts
this.
and flowers.
I really, yeah.
It's Love Lattice.
Love Lattice. I love it.
Yeah.
Not lettuce, lattice.
Lattice. Not Gladys.
I just love it. It's just a little, this is a heart flame.
Yes, and this one's by Becky Bokern. I don't think Becky's here today. She works
I really like
Thursday.
this scale a lot. I would like this scale.
You need to talk to the designer. That's going to be the next thing in 2025. If you wish for those sorts of things, you need to get with Becky.
Well, here's the thing. Of course, I love these, but can you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you want the special.
Yeah. I would really like this in the big size because this is a lot more of what I would use because you get a pattern, a textural background more than just a line thing. Now, that's just a personal...
Oh, jumping jacks is what Jocelyn saw. And Zari said she saw that as well.
Yeah.
This here stencil is called O Springs, and it is by Miriam.
Whoa. Yeah, okay. I like that one a lot.
Don't look at it. Like, it looks real trippy in the... I don't know why certain designs do that. Like, when you're looking into a camera or whatever. This is kind of one of those ones that gives you a little... I love it. You know what it reminds me of? Kind of those 1950s chairs that were the wicker. I think it was 50s, right? Maybe 70s.
Pattern in the upholstery.
So it's got kind of a retro feel to it, but could still be very modern as well.
Could be. Could be. Could be.
Makes my eyes wobbly too. Yep.
Okay, we've got some marrying up here.
Jennifer.
Peppers and peas.
This one is called pea pod vines.
See,
but it could be peppers.
Pepper.
That could be peppers and peas.
And socks.
And
and a crested cardinal.
All kinds of things in there.
And a ham. Bone in.
Ham and peas. I love it. Some sweet potatoes and you got a real situation.
Here's a gnome hat. Oh, I love stuff like this.
Yeah.
Love it.
This one is by Christy Hartman, and let me tell you, she put her heart and soul in this because I sent it back to her and I said, hey, you got to do this thing to it to make it do this thing, and then I stressed her out a little bit, and I tell you what, she made it happen, and I love her for it because she did. She put the work in, and it really. And she's like, I made it better, and she did.
Yeah, I like this size right here a lot. And I don't know that I'm going to be able to change the edges on that, but perhaps. We'll go into.
Putting it on the
we'll
pile.
work on that.
All right, and last but not least, we have 3 designs because they're very similar, but this is kind of like the neurographic. You kind of need them all in a way. But they're Trig 1, 2, and 3 by Sophia.
This is the size.
I don't know which one this is because I don't have them, memoried, but there's 3 different ones.
But now I can see how you can put those together and get some interesting.
And I was telling P what would be cool is for her to cut these up in the way that she does because she has her 3 new big plates coming. So there's going to be lots of opportunity to do like maybe some bigger fun things across the whole plate.
Okay, now do you see how they've emphasized? Okay, here we're going this way. Here we have this, and then in the middle here. So over here, these are all to the outer edges.
And they come in the 9x12 and the 8x10. Couldn't get them any smaller because those little, the small ones go away.
So you can see how they stack up.
And we will have new stamps probably Sunday. Just couldn't make that happen. Hey, Kit.
And the reason I like stuff like this, that's just this,
geometric,
is because it works so well with the
trigonometry.
This.
And that's our favorite thing right now.
And this is my favorite thing right now. Look at that patina on that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I really seriously did retire. I've got to show it to you because
it was good.
Oh my gosh, it is. And you mentioned it the other day, and then we had such a crappy life the other day.
Well, it's been real hit or miss.
And
yeah.
Gross and
like right now it's good.
But right now it's good.
Oh, you're just one cloud away. Hey, Walter.
Look at this.
Look at that. Oh, and this is your altered one.
I know. But here's the thing. I can have you do this side, Mariah.
You could.
And then I can go ahead and I'll have this.
Sounds like you need something from me. Is this the favor that you're calling in?
Yeah, I'm calling it in.
Okay.
But look at that.
Although she did do me a favor. Or do you want to show them this? Or wait until Monday?
You can just wait till Monday. I mean, I will show it if you want me to, but I think it's yours, so I think you should.
Okay.
But I want you to appreciate and look at that patina and say, oh, yeah, baby. And you know what I'm really looking at?
Babies in the chat, please.
Over there on your wall, that beautiful
My
piece.
purple thing from Susan Taylor Brown.
Your purple thing. Look at that.
Here, y'all can ooh and ah this. Hey, I bought this from Susan.
And I remember when I went purple. I've got a whole bag and tag of purple.
And I did have a little seashell thingy on it, but it got broken in transit.
But look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous?
Friends. Got to get it out of the hot spot. There you go. Perfect. Look at that. Oh, and see what would be cool is if I could put threads. I could put threads through the holes.
You could. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to give that up to you or not. It depends on what you do with it. But I do so love this. I just don't know what exactly it is that.
Well, it's kind of one of those things that I've got to commit to. Is it like all cover? Like, is it the front cover or is it front and back? Because that would determine the size of the book thing. And I don't know if that's in my skill set at this moment in time. Because otherwise it's a big book, which is totally like up her alley, but I usually don't make things that big.
Well, it may have to it may have to be a collaborative, more so than we usually collaborate. Collaborative effort.
Right.
Look at all these together.
Look at that. Oh, Brenda gave you an oh yeah, baby. So did Tammy. All right. Y'all look good.
Enough of that stuff. All right.
What's next?
What's next is...
Oh, and welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbsy upsies. Come on, y'all.
Knocking stuff over. Okay, so...
She made notes.
I made notes.
Here's what I want y'all, let me tell the thing, because she's like, so we talked about this for two different days, over 2 days, basically. 2 different times. And because she wanted me to come back up here, but then I've been running around doing all sorts of things, you know, like getting stencils done, taking pictures. Well, Brad made it happen as far as getting them cut and whatever. And then I take the pictures and then I put them into the shop. And anyway, that's a side note. Just wanted y'all, you know, kudos. Yay, Mariah. Doing her job. It's like people to know. In case you didn't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then I came up again and I said, hey, I really have strong feelings about that whole mixing of, like, I wanted the light phthalo blue and Prussian together. And then I told her that the other night we were driving, you know, we went and picked up dinner. And then when we were driving back, that the sun set, you know, so it was like lighter at the bottom and then dark in the sky. And I understand, you know, it's just depending on the day or whatever. So I gave her my feelings on that. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to think about that. I said, okay, fine.
I did.
You just do what you want to do, though. And I was totally cool with that. Because I knew that there was going to be a difficulty level to the ombre.
Especially when you already have down the paste.
Right. The ombre little sections and everything. So that I knew.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to kick it over to you.
Okay. So basically what I decided, I'm going to show it to you. And we're going to, are you ready for the pull? This is it.
Okay, yeah, hold on. I don't know why my phone went all weird.
This is the blue that I use, and it's Winsor Newton Galleria Winsor Blue. And I chose this blue because it has more purple to it. Your Prussian has a bit of green cast.
Depending on the brand. Keep that in mind, because not all Prussians are created equal.
They aren't. And I liked it because it was very matte, it was very dense, and I thought it would be a good contrast to the color explosions, allowing them to explode and focus on the explosions rather than what was going on in the background. Because I think that's what would have happened had I used the, that.
I think so. All right, so now, okay, so basically what this is this is the final pull of the stenciled on stencil butters. That's, you know, the Crafters Workshop stencil butters that were sort of ombre together. If you want to see that, there will be a link to that particular stream. This is a pull, so he did decide.
And we
to put
do
the
have
blue
a
down.
bit of wrinkling going on right on the edge over there because I used a lot of paint.
And as we said, you know, this is one of those things where you don't really know if all of it is going to come up because it is stencil butter. It is not just paint. But so far, so good.
You can see it sticking out, or I can up here when it peels off.
Yes. That is a definite explosion. Woo woo! All right, I had to end it there. I don't get the wiggle.
Now, what is really cool is, and I'll show you this in a minute, but I want to make this point. The reason you have this is because it went down in either side of the explosion.
Which is interesting.
Yeah, because this is, but boy, I'll tell you what, I used a ton of paint.
You can see it through the back.
Yes, I will turn that over, but I want to get that out there. Isn't that gorgeous?
It's better than I actually anticipated. I want you to know.
And none of the stencil butter was left.
And that doesn't always happen. Why don't y'all know?
That does not always happen. I will just tell you right now. But I do think the trick to this was, and I'm going to get it up there soon.
Well, a couple of things. You had a clean plate?
I had a very clean plate, and I wrote down this. Success on pulling. This technique lies partially in how the pull layer is applied.
Yes.
Number 1, lots of paint. Number 2, lots of brayering in all different directions to get it down into the crevasses, the orifices that are the design. Because different directions, there is a lift to the stencil, so you've got to go this way, you've got to go this way, you've got to go this way, this way, this way, and all the way around. But
gotta get in there.
Get in there.
Get her done. Isn't that cool? So stencil butter. And I will tell you, there's loft there. And now she did thin it out more than like what you kind of would if you were just putting down stencil butter to, you know, through a stencil onto a surface that you weren't going to like. Because that's, I think, another key to the success of it is that it was not super thick on the plate.
It was not super thick. I mean, you can still feel it. I mean, even when I close my eyes, I can feel it. It's a braille feel. And see this right here, how that's lifted up there?
It's thicker than what paint would be.
It certainly is.
Even thicker than what a heavy body. Yeah.
That this pulled as nicely as it did. And I just put this layer down this morning, this morning, or earlier, like 3 or 4 hours ago. So, and you can kind of see some cool effects with the paint in some of those areas there. It's almost like you can see.
But I think for this, like that is totally acceptable.
Oh, I think it's actually adds to the print and to the idea of the explosive qualities, because down here, even where it wrinkled a lot, can you see that part?
And it kind of almost looks like the smoky trails.
A smoky trail, yeah. Okay. And the reason I love this Windsor blue, you see how when you thinly apply it, what happens? It's a really good one for a light blue.
Yeah.
And you can see that I really did push it into, because this is what came through the paper.
Yeah.
This is what came through the tissue.
A lot of paint.
A lot of paint. And
that's kind of cool how it sort of looks like.
Yes, and and that's why I went ahead and cleaned up my brayer, because I kind of mucked it about. You know, because I did this.
Your Baron, yeah.
My Baron. I did a lot of this to get it down in there and did a circular motion and made sure.
And if you need justification about the stencil butter, it is very multifunctional, and you can mix them. Yes. So you can kind of make different colors with them. So that's cool. So you just know that it is more versatile than you think.
Oh, it really honestly is. And it's a wonderful thing to add, you know, just to put down as a layer on something.
Yeah.
To give it a little pizzazz.
And it's different than like a lot of other, because you do get the loft with it as well. Because it's so thick. Yeah. And you don't always get that like with a metallic paint. No. No. I really, the stencil butter is just, as far as I'm concerned, in a class all its own. So I'm going to keep this for a while. Yeah. I'm going to keep it for a while. Because I think it is a very nice example of that particular genre. Yes. Okay, I'm going to hand that to you, Mariah. Oh, see, with the notes on the back. This is how I end up with the stuff over here.
Okay, Winsor Newton, Galleria acrylic, and Windsor blue. It's a good one to have. It's a good blue to have.
Hi, Nicole.
Okay, so moving right along here. Put my clamp back on my thing over there, so I'll have it. So I've gotten some new prints to show you. Well, some of them I pulled.
Oh, Marina says, did I miss P's bracelet show and tell? No, you didn't. She didn't, but, you know, she loves it when y'all ask, so.
Oh, she wants me to talk about it?
Yes, she would.
Okay, well, this is actually a necklace. And I just wrap it around 4 times and close it. And, yeah. And these are...
Cloisonne
beads, vintage. And I've collected them from all over the place.
From eBay.
eBay mostly. But I have some really beautiful ones.
It counts as collecting.
That we bought when we were in San Diego. No. At that little shop.
I don't know why. Like, I just don't really remember big parts of that trip.
Well, I remember Margie left her shoes in the motel. We didn't discover it until we were already in LA, and it was too late. And these are what you call lapis from Afghanistan. I got those with my coochie coins. And some of these are Russian blues. They're faceted and they're, I don't know, they were old.
Good call, Mo.
Some of these are from Thailand, and they're from the northern part of Thailand, from the Karen tribe. My sister brought me those. And just a bunch of other stuff.
She did string those.
Oh, these are trade beads from the flea market in Santa Fe.
Coochie, not poochie.
Yeah, Kuchi. And this is a little brass hoodie-doo from, I think, eBay. I don't know.
But, Tina?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is it's January 2nd, but January 1st or any first of the month, lots of fun things happen over there in Makers. That is the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group. If you are not a part of it, you really should be. You're missing out if you do those sorts of things and you like to be a part of a, active group of swapping and whatnot, because that all happens over there. In fact, the color combo, and Carrie has already put out his video. That is Carrie the Crafter and Paula. They put on the color combo and the addition of a mark making thing. What am I trying to say? Piece addition to it is grid, and the colors are like a fuchsia pink, a purple, and kind of a teal color, I believe, if I remember that properly. And there is a landing page over there on PM Artist Studio, the website. There's a post there, because Estella will be putting out or she created, I don't know if Paula's putting out, I got a little confused about that, so sorry, apologies, that's my fault, that's not their fault, that is just me not paying attention, because that happens sometimes. She made a postcard thing that you guys can download, which is pretty cool, because it has all the colors on it, tells you the Pantones and this and that, and it's over there in Makers. Can you just hold on for a minute? I'm losing her. Hopefully this is not how y'all feel when I'm talking. You're better than she is. Be better than P. It's gold. All right, and then we have the Misfit scrap swap, and then the other swap, which Becky said that, the details are better just if you go over there and read about it, because, there's different swaps. I haven't yet. Yeah, you need to go over there. Oh, and by the way, P's butterfly stuff is featured. I was like, did you realize that I had chosen them?
I haven't been over.
I just thought that was a cool way to start the new year. I dig that whole butterfly drawing, and it's a shirt, and that meant, gave me an opportunity to let y'all know that we have swag. Also, be on the lookout for TeePublic has now made it like a lot of the other companies where it'll tie into YouTube. So soon we will have our little swaggy business available down there below us on the YouTubes.
Really?
I know. I was super excited. I'm like, woo. I thought about sending an email, but then I was like, I only have so much time in the day and so many emails I can send, and people ignore me. So,
Well, I was just gonna say they probably wouldn't even pay attention to it anyway. I don't think they have a.
oh,
department
Zenjen
for
ordered
that.
her a butterfly shirt, and then Margie posted her picture the other day. She got purple.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that would be a good color to do.
Yeah.
This color would be a good color to do. I look really good in this color.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, you remember what this was? It was the leftover from, oh gosh, if I have it here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's turquoise, purple, and festive fuchsia. Thank you, Miriam.
And I am going to get to this one today. I swear I am. I'm going to show you this one more time.
One more time. Have y'all seen that? If you haven't seen it, let us know.
That's the big joke here. Yeah.
Have you seen it? Have you seen her do the bubble
Over
wash?
here.
She hasn't done anything
Have you
to
seen
it.
this one? Oh, look how good this looks together here.
Have you done anything with that one?
No.
No. Okay.
And
Hi, Robin.
Oh, and I showed this one also.
Uh-huh.
But I've got some new ones.
Okay. I think you need to just do the one that you were talking about doing, because
Right
otherwise
now,
you're going to miss
and
it.
Get her done.
And
All
by
right.
the way, Rhonda, she did monochromatic.
What?
Mm-hmm. I was just telling Rhonda that you did monochromatic, and it looks fabulous.
Yes, this is it.
Sometimes she does things. See, if we plant the seeds,
And it's there subconsciously. It's like,
she's like, I feel like this.
that kind of stuff that you get subliminal.
Uh-huh.
But what's cool about this is it's the flat turquoise and the shiny turquoise with gold. I mean, I really do think this is quite brilliant. I'm going to bring it up to the camera so that you can really appreciate it.
Yeah, and a wiggle is yes, needed, because it has a few different metallic and color shifting situations happening inside of there. Yeah. I'm pretty proud of you on that one.
I know, me too. I was really very... And I want to talk about this because remember, this is the one that I put down all the different purples that I had for my squishy, ushy washout stuff. Remember
and that looks so super.
And pulled it with lime green, but see what happened? When you put the lime green over that kind of red violet, you get a wonderful, really dusky brown.
With a purple tint.
With a hint of purple. I really think this is really pretty.
Yeah.
And I love how it, really took it on the edge of that.
It almost looks furry or like,
Yeah, very globby.
Yeah. Almost like, what is it, the axolotl thing?
Yes, texturally skin type thing.
Yeah. Did y'all get that?
Texture skin. I don't really have a place to put some of this stuff, so I'm just kind of flinging it hither and yon. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to fetch it when I need to. Now, this one also, remember this one? Put that down when we had the gold was already on there. And then the background was already on. And then we put down the gauze background over this red part.
And then you pulled it with what?
And I pulled it with
red or gold.
No, I pulled it with. Oh, and I'll tell you what. I hope I've got another. I think I've got one more of the quinacridone burnt orange, which some nice person sent me. Okay, so this is what we're doing here. I'm going to keep that out there. I've got all these other prints back here, these really cool ones. I'm going to show you, but they can be, I've been promising to do this now for, I think this is the third stream. Yeah. All right, now, this was, I've already messed up the patina on here, but remember.
Oh, it was beautiful.
It was beautiful, beautiful purple, but we're going to get that back.
Now, my suggestion was to actually use the peacock stencil, but I know, like, trying to find that is...
Oh, no. that just
stressed her out thinking
that
about them. I mean, we can spend 20 minutes going through the pile if y'all really want to.
We could. Okay, I need a halfway decent. Oh, what do we have here? Let's see. Oh, well, let's go ahead and just pull this. Look at this. This is cool. This is some of the other stuff that I was doing today.
Okay. I've got like 3 videos that I need to, put on the shorts. I haven't had a whole heck of a lot of time. I don't know why.
This is some leftovers. And of course, I always love pulling leftovers with transparent red iron oxide.
I told Brad he needed to do some other mashup stencils. I don't know what other designs we would mash up, but he's good at figuring that out.
Yeah. I really think there's, but look at that. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yes.
And I have a book that this can go into because it just seems to be, this is my signature color.
Yes. All right, what's the plan? Purple down. Are you doing the flop off onto it or pick up?
Yes, I'm doing the flop off.
Okay.
I've already decided that. Want to make sure that
Hey, Paige.
And then I need to have something ready to pick up the, so let me do that. Let me get to that.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe, he could do kind of a mashup for each designer.
Okay, this is what I'm going to pick it up with. It's a brayer off with, yada yada.
Brayer off with yada yada. I know y'all come here for all the technical terminology.
Yes, because then you can sound very erudite and and note up when you're talking to other people of the same ilk.
Not elk.
Ilk. I-L-K.
I-L-K. IRL, you know. You know, you know. That was funny.
Now, some of this stuff out here, I'm not even going to concern myself with.
Paula, did you see my message to you? I messaged you. On the Facebook.
Lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt.
Okay, that's...
Yeah, it's yabba dabba doo. This is yada yada. It's different.
Okay. Got it all ready to go here. Now, I do need to leave. Okay, I'll put that up there.
Hi, Cynthia.
Have everything ready to go. Because what we're going to do here is we're going to attempt a very precise...
But I think a yabba and a yada together seems right. You know, the Flintstones, yabba dabba doo.
Oh.
But not yada yada. And yada yada, like, became very popular during Seinfeld. I'm sure that it was something that people said anyway, but there was a whole Seinfeld episode that they were annoyed that, like, people would be like, yeah, you know, they just yada yada yada. Well, what does that mean? Kind of, you know, the Seinfeld thing. Something like that. I don't remember it totally. It's been a while. Yes, when Seinfeld meets the Flintstones. That's a mashup right there.
All right, I've got to find the...
I don't think we have a yada. Did we yada yada? Sugar biscuits.
Just missed my toe, too.
Yeah. Did y'all see that look?
I'm losing my grip. Not on reality, on unreality.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to the outside of this. And hoping to replicate that lovely patina that so inspired this particular color combo.
Yes.
And this is, by the way, Utrecht dioxazine. There's a lot of people. I think we've got golden
Yes.
But I'm trying to use that up, and also I think my golden is open.
No, you have it in fluid. Oh, but you might have. Would you like some help? I don't want you
didn't
rolling
fall-
off
I
on the
didn't
floor.
fall over, but almost.
Then I gotta like dig you out.
Yeah, because we've got the bridge table down.
Yeah. It's not a simple just, oh, here, let me give you a hand. It's really like, hey, let me move some things so I can get to you.
It could take a while.
It could take a minute.
It's kind of like, you know, those people at the
At the
you know, the EMS
EMT.
EMTs, you know, the
Uh-huh.
people that come and pick you up when you're
Falling and can't get up.
Extremely.
Yeah. My next goal, okay, so some of the little things that I want to get done during 2025, and actually what I would like to really get done like in this next week. Okay, that got powdery. I hope this is going to work.
Oh, I don't think this is going to do it. I'm not even going to.
No, you just need to pull that. You're not, it's not open enough. Oh, that's a bold choice too. Okay.
Not enough paint down, number one. Which, you know, that's really rare that I...
Yeah, but that dried up quick because you were brayering it off. And that wasn't going to happen. I mean, if that's happening, then the paint's just basically sticking in... Yeah. If it was even sticking to the stencil. Because it was already dry on the plate.
Yeah. And you know, it takes a little while to recognize that. But see, Mariah is getting... She's watched this for years now. Even
I am a professional
not
across
a gel
the table.
blader, but she's a backseat driver of
yeah
non
yeah whatever she was gonna say.
And you can tell when it's not coming off here like that.
Yeah, it's dry.
Yeah, it's too dry. So we got to soup it up, folks. But look what kind of cool stuff happened here.
Oh, see, that's lovely.
Smoky loveliness.
I kind of could have been okay on the thing, but see, she didn't know.
I don't think so, because see, this is what I want. Is the places that have no paint, that are sort of blocked out there.
Yeah,
that didn't happen.
Plus, I think you need to go with maybe a little bit more opaque purple and a little brighter, like mix. Why? Here's a thought: versus utilizing the turquoise or whatever you had there with the dioxazine purple.
I'm going to go with the open.
Yes, you do need to do that. And I think if you just put a little dab of some other lighter color purple with it. It's a thought. She's thinking about it.
Oh, I am.
Or she's rejecting the thought.
Trying to find my purple here.
Or you could even mix in a little bit of your... Well, I don't think the washout's not really the answer necessarily. You could even go with a little metallic if you're mixing in the open. I've got all kinds of ideas, y'all. Doesn't mean that anything's going to happen with them. Hey. Hi.
No. The reason I say that is because that is going to mess up my... It needs to be really strong, heavy body. It can't be any of those loosey-goosey things.
Okay.
I'm just telling you right now, and I don't know why I cannot find my...
Open
purple.
I don't know either. Did you use it all up? She hits the purple pretty heavy.
I'm purple.
Did you find it?
I've got Prussian blue here.
If you mix red with it and make some purple, sure.
Yeah, no, but it's not a good purple. I don't like Prussian because it's got green in it. Green has yellow in it. It doesn't make a very good purple.
Mm-hmm.
Just telling you right now.
Okay. I thought that was funny,
Well,
Susan.
I very well may be out.
Did you put it back in the right place?
Maybe all I have.
Maybe. Here, what? But mix it with something open.
It doesn't. That doesn't work that way, Mariah. It's fluid. It's just going to leave blobs and stuff out there. You've got to have the same.
Hey, but don't you have this? We bought you some. In fact, I think it is. It's either. I know we've got you some heavy body. I remember that because remember when she wanted that and she made it very explicit and there was like a few times that she asked about it. And it's the permanent violet.
But it's in.
Yeah, did you put it in a drawer or something?
I don't know.
But it is a smaller tube because it was really expensive too. The purples are expensive. Just want y'all to know that.
What the hell did I do with that?
Actually, that's a really good question, Paige. P does kind of. All right, well.
Here's golden diazonine purple. All right, we're just. I've got plenty.
Is that what you're gonna go with?
Yeah, and I've got to get this plate cleaned off though, because this is gonna create some.
Okay, so Paige asks, as Mariah's talking about colors with the open fluid, etc., she's wondering about how folks organize their paints. Like everything that's over here and on the different levels are golden, but then she has like fluid and then the high flow mainly on that little cart that she grabs from over there. In the box next to her are a mixture of brands, but they are typically heavy body and the open paints. Then on the cart in front of her, sort of a mixture of various brands and things. And it's kind of sectioned off between, like, you know, the deco art metal. There's a lot of metallic and things on the cart in front of her, plus the smaller little Amsterdam paints.
And what I'm going to try to do here is get this up here and see that
Yeah, or like most of us, see, if you're lazy like her, just the big ones and then the little ones. It's by size. Size matters.
It do.
Mm-hmm.
I just want, you know, I want this because it's some good stuff. It's just not what I wanted for my, the turquoise.
Yeah. Yes, we do, Heather.
And what I can do is I can go ahead and mix some,
And Mo, would you be so kind and find that the studio tour and put it into yep, see, she was on it. I should never doubt that Mo, you know, she doesn't miss much. She's on it.
well, that got pretty much edges there. I'm just hoping this is going to pull up out here.
Yeah, and that's a pretty cool little tour because it's basically what it is around here is just a lot cleaner. And it also shows P's bedroom, which is right off at the studio. And that's where she, you know, houses her jewelry and herself at night.
Yes.
Yes.
And you should know that anything that Mariah has on, well, I shouldn't say anything, but most of what Mariah wears is
hers.
Pilfered
It's
from my...
ours. Pilfered.
Pilfered.
Such a mean word.
Pilfered. I'm sticking with pilfered. Because sometimes it is hers, but sometimes it's not. She just...
And Paige, the thing is that it also sort of depends on, like, you know, what's... Okay, so we absolutely love, and I will say that if you haven't been over to our Amazon, like, recommended things, I have an organization section over there where these metal serving trays are, plus then you put them on Lazy Susans. They're fantastic because they have a little lip on them, plus they're metal, which means you can put magnets on them. That is very helpful if you're people like us that like to just stick things to things. the lip is nice because it holds stuff in there. It is 3 levels, which is very nice. Oh, actually, I think it comes in a set because we have a 2 and then we have the 3. The 2 really is, I like the 3 personally. Because you can kind of put the stuff that you don't use a ton of and the little shorty jar things at the top. And then you still have like the bigger middle section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That.
I do, Susan. That is true. I really do have a fetish for magnets. I am very impressed by magnets. I think they are magical and can be used for all sorts of things.
All right, folks, this is what we're going to do. Since I cannot find
The proper purple?
the proper purple.
Let me come look. The cat's over here anyway. He's still upset about life right now.
Okay, but I do have the option of, I don't, that's not what I want.
Okay. Did something fall?
I don't think so.
I mean, have you felt like...
Felt like something fell? Sometimes I do, but usually I
You're aware.
fetch it. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I just, I'm like, what did I do with that?
Well, because it's... And it's like brand new, so I'm wondering, did you just not put it in here? And where have you
Did
been
you check in that that top drawer?
Yeah, I was going to say, where have you been stuffing these new paints that you get that you don't really...
Get that out. Look, I do.
See, she's...
One more.
More stuffy holes, y'all. Give us a minute.
Oh, I don't know that I can put that in there until I get rid of something else. Put that back. I'm not quite ready for it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, folks. This is called Plan B. I'm going to get out my...
I'm very curious where that ran off to. Because I'm gonna send you the order. That's what
It will turn up.
Did it get put on the cart here?
All right. Acrylic paint retarder.
If you own paints already, a bunch of acrylic paints, like if you started out like with a bunch of crafty paints or that just was on sale or this or that, then what you need in your collection is this here product called acrylic paint retarder. We really like the US Art Supply because it is very reasonably priced.
And I don't see a big to-do difference. It's a product. It's not, and I don't know that there's a whole hill of beans.
Well, here's the thing. Like, probably archivally speaking, I'm sure that there might be. We aren't there yet and give a toot to do about all that. Nobody has approached us from the museum or even galleries or whatever. So the art is our art. And it lasts as long as it lasts. And that's, is what it is. Yada yada.
Yada yada.
I think that was the Seinfeld episode too. I think it was it yada yada or were there 2 different episodes? Sorry. It is what it is. People saying it is what it is. It's also annoying.
Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of this in too, because remember, I want this to be very juicy.
Juicy.
And that is a little bit different. The golden diazonine is a little bit different than the Utrecht. And I think you can see it just of how it trailed off there. There's a little bit more red in the golden than there is the Utrecht. This is the golden. This is the Utrecht.
And it's best to mix it like she's doing, because here's the thing. Like, when you may have said this, and sorry.
I didn't today, but
okay. So when you use something like a matte medium or a medium of any sort, like these retarders or anything like that, when you put that directly to the plate, it leaves these kind of funny little bald spot areas.
Especially the heavy body stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much the really, because the others, the gloss, the looser they are, the easier they are to mix.
Right.
And I am not going to try to mix any blue in with this.
I think it's fine. I like the color that I'm seeing there, personally. And I think if you mix that blue in there, it...
Well, and you know, you got to consider, I've already got blue on the the print.
I wasn't going to, you know.
That I'm putting it off on.
I did want to mention it earlier.
You probably did.
No, I wanted to.
Oh. Well, you shouldn't ever be reluctant about mentioning stuff. If I think it's
right.
BS, I'll tell you.
Right.
I don't have any qualms about that at all. I'm really getting all this paint off here because this is going to be a good one for a tape.
Yes, Brenda. That's basically kind of what we have here is these tiered serving things. And they're fantastic, especially any paints that are in bottles. Now, obviously, the tubes are a little trickier.
Now we're cooking with gas.
Number one, she has enough of it, which is also important when you're doing this flop off, and she wants a good flop off. And the fact that it is open, that's why we're getting this rather than how it really thinned out on that first attempt. Yeah. It was drying, and there was just not enough of it, and it was dry.
Okay, now I've got, just a sec, I've got to find another gummit. All right, we'll just use this one.
Ooh, well, that sounds interesting, Paige. Ooh, sure, I'm gonna put your... All right, so why don't you have the print down that you're gonna do? Okay, you do. Okay,
I do.
Okay.
I
was like,
that wasn't about did the wrong.
Yeah, I was like, that wasn't the right one. You already did that one.
And I'm putting it down with the wrong side down, which is actually the right side down.
For what you're doing.
For what I'm doing. Then in order to push this down in, we're going to use this.
Careful with your edges. You're going to end up with purple everywhere.
I know.
And it's open, so it'll be like everywhere. Pull, yeah, I was going to say pull from the... Look at that. She'll bring it back here in a minute.
I will. No worries. I've just got to get on.
Hi, Jackie.
This.
Welcome, welcome to those of you that have come in. Do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. Do all that YouTube-y business if you haven't done it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you might be new. Welcome. We do this 4 times a week. Notice she picked up a clean sprayer for that. You don't want, because that was a real sad situation.
Well, it's not quite as
punchy, but I think that's okay.
Punchy as I wanted it.
Oh, I kind of like that it isn't.
Okay, so we've got that. Now, this is where we have to be careful about what we're pulling into the...
Now, I do still feel like I was more right about like the type of purple and that it needed to be a little lighter, but I feel better that I just mentioned it.
Okay, this is really, there's a lot more there. I don't know, this may just be the wrong thing to
hey, Lizzie
do,
Jean.
But we're going to do it anyway.
Oh, awesome. Lizzie Jean, did you open it up on your channel? She got her package number 12.
Oh. Well, that's really
that's something.
horrible. try something else.
Okay, well, if you do, send me a link. I want to watch you, look through things or, talk about things.
All right, what I just did is what I tell you not to do. Because I'm picking up my paint with my brayer.
It's dry.
But
you're
going to see why I did that.
Because now it's got the stuff back on the plate that you wanted on the plate.
Sticky, sticky.
I was wondering, Deb, you might be looking for the hashtag links, because that one takes you to the affiliate page, like, on our website that has, like, all the different places that we have or there's I don't have one just directly for Amazon because it just felt like it was easier just to send people over to all the direct links, and then it shows, like, some product pictures.
Okay, that's not wonderful either.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
Yeah, hey, we're getting there. Getting there.
Yeah.
All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back down.
I mean, that looks like black. Like, it's dark. This here technique is what we call a rub off. Usually it is done onto a piece of paper, but it can be done onto the gel plate, and you'll have a whole different sort of situation. And I say situation because it's never exactly the same. Because I don't know how much of it's actually coming off though in there. And then she's doing it with a wet wipe. That's very wet. So you want to explain what you were trying to get to happen?
Okay, you see that?
Right. But on the other ones, I think it's worthy of bringing some of those back that you
Okay, but I'm
tossed.
going to put this aside for a minute and allow that to dry. But then I'm going to...
Hey, April. Oh, why don't you flop it down and see if it... Because you activated the paint. Yeah, okay. No.
Not enough.
Okay, so this is more of like what you're gonna... Like, if you really want to get a rub off, this is a better situation than rubbing off to the plate. Because, again, some's going to stay, some's really just not going to stay on the gel plate because it's just is a little iffy. But this is a great way to clear off excess paint from the stencil, especially if it really wasn't giving you what you wanted on the prints. You know,
Wise.
It's worthy of doing this.
And the ratio of paint to retarder, you should never use more than a half and a half. And I always go a little bit less because it seems to me that if you use more retarder, it kind of messes with the color a little bit.
Yeah, it dulls it out more so.
Dulls it out more. Now
that's, again, that being said, that happens more so with the U.S. Art Supply. If you probably purchase some Golden or one of the other higher end brands, that may or may not happen.
All right,
because they all have extenders or retarders.
Let's see what this is going to be an experiment, and I don't really know that this is going to work.
I like where you're going with it, though.
But it's already screwed up anyway, so
right.
It's like, oh really? We're going to mess this up.
I love this. Yeah, that's good. And because the retarder's in the paint, that's why it's doing this. Otherwise, it would be too dry.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
You wouldn't be able to do what she's doing with the wet wipe.
Plus, it's a paint. if you have paper, the
paint to
paper,
paint.
yeah, it's not going to work
Because
the
it
same
soaks
way.
in.
I've got so much.
Basically, just like what we said, Paige, if you have paint on top of paint, you are more likely to be able to wipe it up because it does take longer to dry regardless of whether it's open or whatever.
It doesn't soak into the paper.
Right. But obviously, when it has a retarder or it is an open paint, then you're going to have more of an opportunity to do something like this or wipe up the layer that you're like, eee. That wasn't gonna,
That wasn't what I wanted to
that's
happen.
what yeah. Redo.
Oops. Or as some people say, nice background.
Nice background. But
And it is that too.
Yeah. Your cat is very upset.
I don't know what he's upset about.
This is awesome. See, winner. Fixed that dinner. Served it up.
It really is quite nice. I mean,
Yeah, leave that alone.
Whoa. Yeah, and
'Cause
that was a total washout there.
Yeah.
I want to get something down the middle of this one, and I think this would be perfect.
She says, cool. She's going to let her friend know. She was asking for a friend.
Oh.
And Kathy gave you 4 peas on fire.
And you can see I've almost cleaned off the stencil.
Mm-hmm. And her fingers are properly purple.
Fingers are properly purple.
Mm-hmm. I don't know that I love that, but I don't dislike it.
I almost think it needs maybe a little bit more. So good.
Well, it's sad because the bubble outline didn't show up as much. Like, it got sort of blobbed out. So that's why it's not as impressive as the other one. But see it like that, because you get those little highlights, and that's really where the bubble magic happens.
Move that stencil around.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have to stay in its...
Hi, Liz. Yeah, purple play. Mm-hmm. Playing in the purple.
Yeah, okay. I think that looks pretty cool. But I think this one just is so...
Yeah. Brought it back.
Interesting.
Good save.
Good save.
Mm-hmm. You got about 42 minutes.
Oh my goodness. Well, we've got a lot to do here, folks. Some good ones. Now, this is still, wanting.
Yeah.
And then this is going to happen.
That's Peace Circle Rings of Madness in the background there, if y'all are not familiar with that design.
Okay, I've got some that I'm going to show you that I did off stream. Surprise, surprise.
Mm-hmm. Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
We should
yes.
start just saying that. This was done behind the scenes.
It's done behind the scenes.
Without a film crew.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to throw this away. and wash up a bit while I'm, going through the prints here. Mariah assures me that you all like for me to do this. Well, I think this is a little, the Scream.
Oh, the colors, definitely. This stencil is Happy Stream by Miriam.
And I'm I use this one a lot. In fact, I'm going to have to get a new one because it's getting kind of cloggy in spots. You can see it's.
Mm-hmm.
I had to come in and ream out some of the circles because they were.
Got to ream some orifices.
Losing their definition. As is wont when your stencil does that. But look at that. Isn't that cool?
I like that one a lot. That was pretty cool. But you can also tell when it's a flop off versus the through the stencil.
Actually, this was a pickup and this was a flop off. The black's a flop off. The white is a pickup. And probably from this one. Remember, this was those ones that are very sandpapery.
Yes. Also, you did the kind of whitewashy washout with the white.
Yes.
Washout white.
That is one of the things that I really do like to do.
Yeah.
And again, the reason these look very velvety is because of the texture of the paper underneath.
They have grittiness.
And, you know, this is with the open paint, so this is how many I got.
From one application.
Yeah. Okay, this one
is what
was, I don't know what was underneath this print, but obviously something not very important.
Well, no, I think it was, like, more of it.
That could be. But then what I did is I went over it with white, and it was kind of a really thin white. Then I went over it with green and then pink.
And what's interesting, I also even see like some wrinkles from. So that was actually down on the plate, like leftover wrinkle.
You can see
crackle.
Here's a brayer off.
Right.
A strip. And then you can see one here. But yeah, that's how you get all that interesting stuff going on.
No prepping with gesso. No.
Oh no.
Just.
I'm not sure that this one needs some more.
No, and that's a different stencil.
Yeah.
What is that stencil?
I don't know.
Well,
it's the one I had. And this is two. This is a flop off of one of the ones I was doing, and then
stars.
This is my circles.
Bobble stars. In the 5x7.
That one needs another.
Piece circle rings of madness.
Okay,
plus
now this is
stream.
very cool. If you look at this very closely.
Oh, this has one of the Dipsy Doodles. I can't remember what number it is, but it's the one that looks like little dancing people. Oh, yes, it was buttons. Good call, Patty. You know I usually get them, but she didn't leave it there long enough for my brain to process. And there's a lot of things.
That needs some more. Look at this.
This is Orbital Bliss by Brad, plus Happy Stream.
A brayer
plus
off. The eyes.
The Dragon Eyes by Yolande. I think it's Dragon Eyes, right? Or is it just eyes?
And then Miriam's.
Yeah. And this is kind of the mixture flop off business of those because you've got
pickups of blue paint.
Right. Happy Stream plus Orbital Bliss there happening.
And you can see the brayer off there.
Yeah.
And it was a loosey goosey.
Oh, I like this layering of it with it kind of behind there because it really looks like it's coming through the little bubbles, like almost ocular.
I really do like these two stencils together.
Yeah.
And especially when you have them like semi-transparent.
Okay. Buttons. I do believe.
Yeah.
It's one of Darcy's. I know that stencil's one of Darcy's, but it was layers of paint. Yes. No, yeah, none of these were, okay. I don't think this was, but let's confirm back. Was just done during a live stream.
Wasn't. These were all done off.
But parts of them may have.
This is with,
the starts of many of these were done during streams. Yeah. But where they're at right now, no.
This was, remember I did this one with the colors, you know, my favorite colors. And then I went over it with this stencil. And then I went over it with this stencil.
Yeah.
I did a little colored pencil work on this one.
That's driving me crazy because I don't think it's buttons, but it's one of Darcy's.
And then this is just a pickup from the page. And not finished yet, but it has a lovely texture to it. And it will pick up stuff very nicely because it's a smooth surface rather than, you know, the more sandpapery surfaces. Okay. Now we're going to hop in here and bust out some new stencils.
I love it.
And see what they're going to do on top of what we've... Oh, here, let me bring this back. Okay, Not exactly what I wanted. I would have liked that to be more, all of it to be like that. But it's really cool down here.
I like that. My biggest gripe about it is not the purple that I wanted it to be. Oh, it is Grandma's buttons. Oh, no, it's Baubles and Bubbles. Baubles and Bubbles by Darcy is that other stencil.
Aha. And this looks really cool. You can really see the texture of the paint.
Yes, I think it's still drying.
It is.
It's part of it. Don't put your finger on it.
Don't put your finger on it. In fact, I'm going to put it down here on the floor so I don't accidentally flop something over on top of it. This one is also ever so tacky. Isn't that gorgeous?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Darcy, in fact, I just got a thumbs up from her. So she may be recovering. But yes, she had her surgery stuff today. And then Eddie is still recouping. He said finally his fever broke, but he's still, I will tell you, like when I had that stuff over Thanksgiving, like there are about 2 or 3 days that the fever just kind of comes and goes.
And interspersed with chills.
Yes.
I had the chills more than, I never did take my temperature, so I don't know. But
we're very bad sick people. Like the confirmation is really lacking.
Yeah, that. Okay. So I'm going to put away all of the stencils that I've got going here that I've used in ad nauseum. We're going to bring in some of the
Susan wants to know, like I said, like it was not confirmed what we had, but it was definitely some, I will tell you, it was the weirdest, and thankfully, like, P and I had the same thing, for sure, and I'm pretty sure that that's what Izzy, and she brought it home, as it usually goes around here. But that weird prickly chest feeling, I have never had a sickness like that.
And my throat felt like it had been scalded.
I didn't have that part.
It just, oh my gosh, it was.
But I don't have tonsils either.
So painful to swallow.
See, and I don't have tonsils, so like,
yeah,
maybe that saved me on that end of things. But Izzy would complain of the sore throat.
And I'm telling you what, it was real.
Yeah.
And then we still almost, if it lasted another day, I would have said it was strep. It was that kind of painful. Okay, I'm trying to get my...
But that's about all we know.
Stuck together papers all.
It could have been. We did have some family friends that, and they actually go to the doctor. And they were confirmed with the RSV. So it very much could have been. Because obviously that was going around the school.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've got a whole bunch up here that we're going to work on because they're less than stellar. They're good starts. And, that's how you look at these. These are good starts. I've got some here that I think are, they're okay and really cool looking. But I just think they could be.
Yeah, they just need some more of those layers that you usually do behind the scenes.
Now,
She's going to do them here on camera.
I really like this. I'm not going to do anything to this because I really love it. And I think it would make a really swell, elegant card. So I'm going to put that over here.
I had mine out at 16.
I'm going to go ahead and do something to this.
Yeah, do it. Those two are the Time Warp by Carrie.
And this.
With altered edges.
And this.
That's Rusty Rivets that has been, it's version 5.2, which is not available in the shop.
I do love this, but I'm not quite ready to do anything to this one or this one. You saw this one the other day.
She likes to show that one. And that one goes, I think, with the very nifty monochromatic one. Like it's part of the process.
And here's another,
Yeah, that one needs the peacock swirls on it.
Yes.
Can you just find green. That? That would be really super.
We will do that one of these days, but just not today. Okay. This needs something. And this is a pick up off the plate. Isn't it wonderful? From the white. The Loosey Goosey white. This is going to be great.
Patty said, there's the one I want. And then Mo was like, too fast, Patty. She's going too fast. The lime green one.
I really like this one. I forgot to show you this one. I think it's done. It's not the green that I love, and I can change it. I can make it more lemony. I can make it more...
I kind of like it.
I don't know.
I find that one a little refreshing.
It is. It doesn't look overdone. Okay, we have a stack here that I'm sure that this will take us through. All right.
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Please, yes, use the new stencils.
And we're going to bust out the new stencils.
I'm very excited about this. We haven't seen anything new in like...
In forever.
In forever.
Not even going to mess with this. We're just going to go. All right, now I will tell you.
Oh, hey, Kathy. So she asked about like when it was. So it's kind of one of the washout ones. Sometimes I talk about that or put that in the title. I'm trying to get better. The problem is that when I use terms that are very specific to PM Artist Studio, it's not like it's going to get a lot of. That doesn't help us on the YouTube.
All right, Mariah, I'm handing you all these to put because I don't. There's.
I'll put them in inventory.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm using the big ones because this is what I like to do because it covers my whole page, and I don't know. You know, I didn't always used to like going this big.
Hey, Nina.
But I really do. All right, so we're just going to take them as they come here.
Yeah, and it really wasn't too long ago when you did a lot of those washouts. Like, I mean, you do them, she does them sporadically, and they have been fairly recent when you do, like, the white washout business. Or you could show that, like, at this, she loves to do it.
I do love to do it. You want me to do it?
You want her to do it?
Well, let's get a plain one, because then it just shows through better. And somewhere over here in my pile of stuff, I have a white.
I told somebody the other day, if they just show up in a live stream and there's something they want to see in particular, they should just ask for it because then we can do it right then and there.
Yeah.
Versus us trying to find when we did it before.
Yeah. And it, you know, there's probably a lot of people who haven't. Okay, here we go. Maiden voyage on this one.
On this one, what do you mean?
On this stencil.
Oh yes.
I don't.
Sophia, your stencil. Trig 1, 2, and 3 are in the shop.
I've got a bit of a clog here.
I saw that. And then I was getting real scared because I was afraid that clog was going to lift and then you were going to spatter over here.
All right, this is one of my favorites. And I'm getting low on my purple. I need to re-up it. Look at that wonderful bubble.
Did you... Oh, it could have been. Could have been, Kathy. Evil gardening and washout. Yes, that seems about right. Yes. And see, even that title, YouTube didn't love it, but I was like, all right, you know what? Like, I'm going to kind of half and half it. Like, I know there's some good search terms there. I don't know how many people just find us just because, or I don't know. All right, so whenever you do the kind of white washy out thing, it's usually in between, right? Like you need to do something like this first, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
And I'm just trying to find something here to get this off on, and I may just get a whole new piece.
Sophia said, yay, excited. I hope he is enjoying them. Has she layered them all yet, Mariah? No, but she did, like, you know, whenever she was looking at them and we were kind of showing them in the beginning, she was very aware of their layerability. Yeah.
I'm hopefully going to do some of that today.
The ability to layer them.
Yes.
Layerability. There we go.
Layerability. Okay, I've got to get this off here. New stencil.
It's nuts. And then as soon as I think I kind of have something down, yeah, love that. See, that's step one. See, this is step one. This is why, like, when we say, oh, you know, here's this stencil, here's this stencil. How long ago was this done? It's gonna be multiple. You're going to see things over time. And this is why we constantly, and I think this is the right approach, and especially if you are new here, just know that we are a long-term relationship.
Yeah, we're not. If you're not serious about this,
You're gonna have to hang out with us and really like get to know us and be able to like, you know that it's gonna be 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months. Now, sometimes you get some satisfaction right away. I mean, we're not gonna not deliver.
Okay, I just need something that doesn't have a lot of stuff on it. Over here, I should have things all lined up.
Oh, wonderful. So, Sophia, the way that she started these, the backstory is that they are all hand cut, or the originals, and then she scanned it in. But she hand cut those. Can you imagine that? That's a lot of work. They cut very nicely on the Cricut.
Okay, we're leaving that on there. We're not going to even consider it worthy of I'm feeling the size.
Oh, good call.
Hanging that on the thing over there. That'll be fine. Okay, now let's do something different here. Let me get something lined up. I'm thinking about putting this right on top of this.
Okay. Because this is a different one.
Yes. This is really wet, so I'm going to have to get a new piece of paper. Try a little open pressing. We can get a lot of mileage out of that.
Oh, yes. There you go.
So you got to have these all set up and ready. So when you, okay.
All right, just stay tuned, Kathy. She will get to the point where like she'll put down the whitewashy stuff, but you kind of need some grunginess and things happening prior to that. Yeah.
Okay, this is open. That means it's going to be wet for a very long time. You know, this is where you can just brayer the bejesus out of it.
Because it's open. Longer dry time. And you want that to like really get down in there. Some other things to keep in mind with a brand new stencil. Now, this is not like a ton of like Yupo that you're covering, but with a brand new stencil, you are going to require more paint because paint is actually adhering to the stencil as you brayer over it. I love this. You know what'd be cool about this? Like, so if you did a print like this and then pulled it with like gold, it would look like, you know, a constellation kind of thing. I'm bringing back the purple one.
You can see how it really went through the...
Oh, which blue was that?
That was Prussian.
Ooh. Yeah, that was pretty. So we were thinking about, so Brad and I were talking during lunch regarding like some different ways to maybe do some some little video ideas, some things about like maybe what we pull out from the stream. Some of that gets a little harder because like trying to splice it all up and knowing where I should, you know, do that. I don't always, it's hard to do like at the time of while it's happening, which is tricky. But I don't know. I would love to hear from you guys in the chat if you would be interested in some of those little, like, maybe we even do little follow up. Oh, that looks so pretty. That's cool. A mashup with the mashup.
Yes.
Love that. But little, like, videos after the stream that say, hey, you know, like, today we had an awesome discussion regarding open paints or adding retarder or this or that, and then it sends them back to this video. Or, you know, like in the case of Kathy, like, it would be great if we had the, oh man, we did all kinds of washouts about like the white, you know, washouts and things like that during this stream, and then it would send them to that one. What do you think about that?
And a lot of times when I use that washout technique is when I have something that is just totally
kind of
poopy. It's no bueno chingao.
Yeah.
And look at this.
Ooh. That is so cool. And it's funny like how it draws you around in a different way than like when you mashed it up with the others. So it was cool that you were showing not only like earlier ones where you were putting those other stencil with it, because so like this is the happy stream, and then earlier on she was doing happy stream plus orbital bliss or happy stream plus the baubles and bubbles.
And this was an example. The print underneath this was with the white,
right,
that we were talking about. All right, let's try something here. We're going to do some white on this, but we're going to use this stencil that has this really
tighter
concentration of whatnot here. And I'm trying to move this up so I don't pick up so much of this red, but I'm going to pick up something. It doesn't matter where I go. Okay. So we've got this, and we've got our, and a lot of times what I will do is I will take the white in the regular, you know, that hasn't been anything done to it, in the fluid, and put some of that out here. Just not a lot. And then take my washout airbrush medium white.
Yeah, so this is the white that creates that bubbliness. The frothiness. I think it's really like frothy.
Well, or almost, oh, we're going to get a little bit of
purpley with it.
Purpley here with it, because when you use your okay, it's very loosey-goosey. But I'm not going to really push it.
See how it does it? And you want to make sure that you're going paint to paint too, because it creates that puckering.
Puckering. Now I'm going to do, because I didn't get those edges good.
And this is a little more purpley gray.
Yeah, purpley red. But that's what happens with your white.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to let that set the spell. I'm going to pick that some more up with some of this. I have no idea. This may just be absolute poop. We don't know.
All right, and then further backstory on the trigonometry stencils, Trig 1, 2, and 3.
Look at that.
Is that
love it.
Sophia, she really was fascinated with some of the idea about, so for instance, the glass dome on the Old British Library is fairly unique architectural build because of this type of design, making every glass pane unique, different, a pane for any builder or architect. Oh yeah, I'm sure, like that's like, because there's no reproduction.
Sorry, guys. I'm just really. I'm really what I'm thinking about is my next step here. I'm not.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm discounting what you're saying. I'm just
doing her thing. And there you go.
See, this is why I don't like my 8x10. I would like for it all to be like this. I
Friday.
cut it off,
Friday.
but
we will hear nothing more of this.
Yeah. Really like the Prussian. But we're going to do something a little bit different.
Okay. Well, I think you definitely have shown that's the basics of it. Now, how that is applied over and over again, you can do some different mixtures. What is left over on the plate, how much of the white you put down, and also it's going to depend on how much paint to paint you're going to. But the paint to paint creates the puckering.
Remember, whatever you roll down there first is what's going to be there. You can roll over the top of it till the cows come home.
Move.
But it's not going to necessarily
move.
Now, I can, I can somewhat spread it out.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah, once, like, there's going to be saturated.
There's going to be some blobby blue marks there. Just mark my words.
Especially that one triangle. Actually,
okay,
there's a few of them that have, yeah. You like that, Sophia? That's my chill cow. A bigger Sandy. They were on sale on Amazon, so I went ahead and just pulled the trigger on it, and because the 12x14s were the same price as the 12x12s, and we figured that we can cut off a couple inches if necessary. We aren't afraid of that. They don't recommend it, by the way. I like to say that because the company told me to,
Yeah, disclaimer.
Disclaimer. Look at that.
Looks cool. Okay, we got to get on with our rat killing here, because remember we do have an open paint, but mixed in with the fluid acrylic white, it diminishes that capability somewhat.
Oh, Susan Fernandez says that Prussian blue and Payne's gray are part of her favorites collection.
Oh. I don't know that I've ever used those two together.
I don't know if she's saying that they're that she combos them, but they're part of her favorites collection. See, now what she was talking about, like when she first put down the Prussian,
yeah,
those certain areas, like, they stay there.
They do. Try a little different approach here.
And she uses them to make ocean waves. Very nice. Ooh, this is awesome. There you go. Got 12 minutes.
I think I can do it.
Wonderful. She's done most of what she needs to do. Now she just needs to, end with a bang.
Okay, I've used every single one of these.
It is the first stream of
this
the year.
This is
yeah.
This is a continuation project. I love Prussian and
PM Artist Studio.
Yes.
This is a continuation project. Oh, see, that would show you off. We could end right now.
Oh, we should.
No, we're not.
I don't think I'm going to be able to top that. Look at that.
Well, do your best.
Do my best?
Do your best.
All right. Well,
Personal challenge.
I've got this one, so we're gonna go over the top of this one with some of the
$4.49. Gray. $4.49.
Again, my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a winner. Hi, Debbie. And welcome to all those of you that have come in. Do say hello in the chat. We got 10 minutes. Hey, crazier things have happened. Like, this could be, you just don't want to, like, you want to wait until we end. When we go to the stream has ended screen. Because you never know. Just never know. Hey, Linda.
I'm getting a really interesting brayer off over here. Story of my life. You should just throw away the prints and keep the brayer off.
Oh, she didn't have room for that, Susan.
What?
We were having discussions and measurements of what the 12 by 14 was going to require. And she's talking 16 by 20. No, that ain't happening. I'll see what's got here.
We're pushing it with the,
yeah.
This is funny because, you know, I painted Mariah's book.
She did. That's what I wanted to show y'all, but she said just to wait until Monday. Y'all have to see it. We've got some interesting things to talk about.
And this is where I put the rest of the paint.
Oh!
Made some really interesting.
Ooh, see? Look at that. That's awesome. And it's cool because it looks like it's like going back in there.
Look at here, you know, where it completely blobbed out. Then you've got, and these were the places on the stent where I told you.
From earlier.
It's going to be blobby.
Yeah. But it hangs out. And I'll tell you, the other reason that happens and stays like that is because the open paint. You're not really going to get that to happen with other... With just a regular heavy body or whatever. Like, you just... It doesn't happen like that.
It does not. It does not. I'm going to see if I could get some of these.
Oh, Paige wants to know, when you blot off the edges of the gel plate, does she always use deli paper or wet strength?
Yes.
And why?
Because it's cheap and it
the
covers.
Deli paper. Yeah. Be careful. You can't play with fire. Going... Being loosey-goosey with that good. You need to leave that alone. In fact, I think you should hand that over to me. Because that could be the answer to the book, Patricia.
Oh, really?
It could be. Look at this. Because it has the bluey gray business in there.
Oh, it does. It does. Because
that would be the other...
Well, I'm going to print this. And this might be good, too.
Ooh, it stinks, though. Ugh. It's got some weird... Oh, because they're for washouts. They're stinky.
It doesn't smell that bad.
Something stinky. Anyway.
Well, it could be me. Today was my bathing day, but I ran out of time, and you all can't smell me anyway.
So she skipped that. Okay, another one to look for. And it's the Tudor Rose long haul. Because you did the washi out this kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
And that's why these match up. Color-wise, because, you know, these are kind of some of her go-tos. Now, don't dare ask her to do it, like, on demand. But if it happens naturally, it will. Because that's just how she rolls. Yeah.
Okay. I like that, but I think it needs a little bit more. I love the glossy, glassy look of it. That was just the white.
Oh, I love that you're showing off in the last 5 minutes of this here stream. Doing good, Patricia.
This is my... That's the one I started off with. But I did the purple around the edge. And did I do that on this one? I don't know when I did that one, but anyway. Let's see what happens here. It's going to be a lovely...
Thank you, Patty. Oh, see, puckering. Puckering.
Yes.
And that happens in different, like, in these larger spaces. One of the greatest ones was, like, the, and she's got it right up there, like, some of the pansy ones, because they have the circular ones, but, so they look like just little puckers. They're puckers, you know? Oh, Susan Fernandez did an analysis because she is awesome like that. And buying golden open paint is actually cheaper by the milliliter than buying fluid or high flow. I believe that the reason for that is kind of, well, it's obviously the binders and things of that nature. And then,
oh no.
Did you break it?
Popped it.
Well, this is one to be gentle with, y'all. It'll be all right.
I'm going to leave this and let this dry. But I was trying to hurry up and get that up, and see I popped one of the strands here.
It'll be all right. You can just tape it back down.
Yeah. Or just not worry about it because it'll go back. Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be for next time.
Yes, and adding the retarder directly to the plate, you need to be careful because it will leave a paintless mark. That's a good way to describe that. A paintless little bald spot.
Okay.
On your plate. It will. And then you're going to be like, what was that? Why does that keep showing up?
I'm just going to put them out here. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful?
I love it.
But see the
puckering.
Yeah. And that's with the white.
Maybe I call this stream Pucker Up, baby. Stay to the end. It gets good, I promise. I love this color combo.
Okay, I can't put that down there and put something on top of it because it's still really wet.
That's so cool because of just the 3-dimension that it does.
And of course, I love the blue next to the orange. It just almost vibrates off the page. And this one is not so great yet, but it will be.
It's, yeah, good potential.
Good potential. I think this one's looking awesome.
Yes.
Definitely helped that. All right, but I think this is absolutely, I think this is so beautiful.
Well, this one's so beautiful, but I don't know that I even... Are you going to hold this up?
Well, it should be part of the looking at.
The looking at? Because y'all see this.
This was, you can see the 3 things.
I think you need to leave that one alone.
Yes, I think so too.
You're really verging on, you know, the one layer that screwed it all up.
Yeah, and starting over.
Right. Now it weighs 20 pounds.
We know that happens.
Sometimes, yes.
This looks really cool.
It's got some potential. Love that. It's very Halloween-y. That one.
Well, certainly with these two next to each other, but yeah, I'll try to we'll use another stencil, but look at that, see?
Alrighty, my Arty friends. We're gonna call this the end. This is the end of Thursday, but we will be back here on Sunday. Don't you worry. No, oh, yes. The bubbly one. Lava. Just, hey, a lot was accomplished in this stream. Or certainly it seems that a lot was accomplished.
It was, but partially because I had all of those
1 to 2 layer.
1 to 2 layers.
If not more.
And I should go, what I will do is I will go back through some of my gauze
Mm-hmm.
to bring back in
Bring it back.
Yeah.
Bring it back. All
the
right.
gauze with this over this particular stencil over the top of the gauze.
All right.
Because see, you've got diagonals going,
Mm-hmm.
and then you've got horizontals and verticals.
Let us know, guys, what you think, if you're into that or whatever. Let us know down in the comments, because we're going to call this one done. Also, do let me know, like, if you are interested in us doing, like, little recappy end videos. I'm going to try one today. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. And then you can let us know. Keep an eye out in the shorts. Bye, guys. Love ya.
Like a long haul.
Bye.